Concept 4, comparing different types of functions. All right, so we've looked at comparing the same type of function. We've looked at what we would compare, what we would look at for each of our functions. But when we're comparing different types of functions, we can't necessarily look at the same thing. If we've got a quadratic, looking at the vertex isn't necessarily going to be very meaningful when we're comparing that to a linear equation. All right, so what we do is we think about the situation a little bit more. We look at where the graphs start, where they cross, and what they trend to. So basically we think of a situation, say these were both vehicles that were moving, and we're going to be looking at, okay, which one starts ahead or which one starts further away? Do they ever cross? Okay, does one overtake the other? And then which one is going to end up being faster or further in the long run? Okay, so we've got our linear equation, and I've already graphed that out. So we're just going to take our quadratic here, and we're going to go ahead and graph some points on that so we can see what's going to happen. So it'll start at 0, 0, and then at 1, well, we're going to be at like 1/4, so we can make a little point there. At 2, 2 squared is 4, and 1/4 would be 1. At, let's skip 3, let's say 4. 4 squared is 16, divided by 1/4 is going to be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, sorry, it's hard to see the lines on my screen. And then, well, let's say at 5, let's see, that would be 5 squared is 25. 1/4 of 25 is going to be just a little bit over 6, right? 6 1/4. And then from there, it's going to get more and more. At 6, we'd be at 36 divided by 4, which is going to be 9, which I think is this one. Okay, and so from there we can kind of see enough to talk about and compare these two lines. Okay, we can see that our linear equation starts out higher or further along. Okay, and we can see that somewhere between 4 and 5, our lines are going to cross. All right, maybe somewhere about there, our lines are going to cross. And from there, our quadratic is going to trend higher. Okay, it's going to trend being a further distance over time. All right, a steeper slope or average rate of change. Okay, so basically, if we were looking at a real life situation of this, if we were wanting to get somewhere quickly, we would probably only want to take the quadratic vehicle if it was over a period of time greater than 4.5 minutes, hours, years, whatever our time happened to be. And if we were going for a short period of time, we would want to hop onto our linear equation, our linear vehicle. All right, that's not too bad. Those aren't too hard to graph, but sometimes we have equations which are a little bit harder to graph. You know, exponentials are often much more difficult. This one's pretty nice, and quadratics can be time-consuming to graph. So what we can do for those is we can plug them into Desmos or a graphing calculator. Okay, so we've got our y equals, let's see, 1/3 3, and then that was raised to the x. Okay, so there's my my exponential function. And let's see, can I make that? Nope. And then my quadratic was y equals 3x squared minus 5x. Okay, and we can look at the different pieces for this. So if we're looking at just positive values of x, we could say, okay, well, my exponential starts off a little bit higher, all right, and then at about 4, okay, close to 4 for my y value and 2 1/4 for my x value. The exponential, or sorry, the quadratic is going to be doing better. It's going to have a higher value, a higher y. But then if I come up enough, they're actually going to cross again somewhere in here, right here, all right, at about 430. Okay, they're going to cross again, and then from there on, my exponential is going to trend higher. All right, it's going to be like the better by, or whatever your situation is. Okay, so those are the kinds of things we're looking at for comparing graphs. Okay, where do they start? Where do they cross? Where do they end up?